Please be seated. Good afternoon and welcome to the Spring 2014 Commencement Ceremony for the University of Arizona South. My name is Jim Shockey and I'm the Dean of UA South. I'm truly excited to help you celebrate your commencement today. This year we're presenting our largest graduating class, at least in my known history, with approximately 168 students receiving degrees, including 55 from Pima County, 52 from Sierra Vista, 19 from UA Douglas, and 9 fabulous students from UA Santa Cruz. In my conversations with students and alumni, it's evident that UA South students are unique and special. When asked about their experiences, they will talk about their classes, how highly they regard their professors and instructors. But they also speak of their faith, their spouses, and their children. They speak of the importance of an education for themselves and for future generations. They speak of the gratitude they feel toward those in their community who helped make the opportunity for earning a degree a reality. For most enrolling in 8 to 5 classes Monday through Friday, that would have been an impossibility. Uprooting their lives to Tucson, Flagstaff, or Tempe would have been equally impractical. Many would have found the added costs associated with attending one of Arizona's main campuses to be prohibitive. That you are seated here today and have been able to meet the challenges of earning a degree at the University of Arizona while actually maintaining a real life is something that I find truly inspirational. Among the challenges faced by many of our students is their mobility, their own and that of their families. As a result, our ceremony this year is being streamed live on the web. You can see the feed up top. As a result, Candace Leonard's husband, who is deployed in Afghanistan, is able to join us today and watch her walk across the stage. As a result, Christy Lassiter-Jones's son can watch her participate in today's ceremony before she flies tonight to Dubuque, Iowa, to join him in his commencement ceremony. And I know there are various other of the students here who have family who are watching from Israel and Korea and even Wilcox, Arizona. I only hope that since we can see the screen, it works. I will try to stick it on my iPhone later to see if it does. We'll see. Everyone recognizes the tremendous amount of support required to turn a college applicant into a college graduate. We are here today to celebrate the hard work, commitment, faith, and perseverance of you, the graduates. Many of you will be the first to admit that you could not have reached this point without the steadfast support of your families, your friends, your teachers, and your classmates. But I also recognize the critical support provided to UA South from many different levels, be it federal, state, local government, the Board of Regents, Cochise College, Pima Community College, the University of Arizona, its faculty, staff, students, including alumni who have walked the path before you. The individuals you see behind me today on stage have been influential participants in making UA South what it is today and allowing you to have the opportunity to earn your degree locally. From UA South, Barbara Satera, the Associate Dean for Academic Affairs and Director of the History Program. This is a warning. I'm not going in an order that makes sense for where you are on the stage, so you're going to want to stand up or wave so they can see who you are. Dieter Steckles, President of the University of Arizona South Faculty Forum. Kieran Snyder, the President of the Associated Students of the University of Arizona South. From our community college partners, President of Cochise College, J.D. Rottweiler. And I will stall introducing Shar Fugit from Pima's Community College East Campus because she's stuck in the traffic jam on I-10. So when she sneaks in, I'll try to make sure that you get a chance to see who she is. Hopefully I won't embarrass her in the process, but that might be fun. From the University of Arizona, Andrew Comrie, Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs and Provost. Melissa Vito, Senior Vice President for Student Affairs and Enrollment Management and Vice Provost for Academic Initiatives and Student Success. Melinda Burke, Vice President for Alumni Relations and the President of the Arizona Alumni Association. Cody Nichols, the Assistant Dean of Students for Military and Veterans Engagement and the U of A's point person for the Pat Tillman Foundation. Representing our key governmental support network, Shay Saucedo, Southern Arizona Outreach Coordinator for Senator John McCain. I've been here 4.5 years. You've been on the stage every time, but it's not always for the same reason, so we just like having her back. Peter Husking, Outreach Coordinator for Congressman Ron Barber. And it is a distinct honor to introduce Mayor Rick Mueller of the City of Sierra Vista. From the Arizona Board of Regents, our student regent and current University of Arizona student, Valerie Hanna. And one of the newly minted 2 regents to join recently, Ron Schupman. While it may not mean much to everybody, I think it's a distinct honor that in his first month or so in the job, he chose to come to Sierra Vista first. And last but not least, from the University South Foundation, Kendra Bergman, President of the University South Foundation. Now, I have to be fair. Rick Mueller behind me is also a member of the board of the University South Foundation and previously served as its president, so thank you, Rick. In this case, I'll call you Rick, and the other part I'll call you Mayor. Under Kendra's leadership, the foundation provided over $45,000 in scholarships to U of A South students, including 19 of you graduating this year. Along with their partners in the Mexican consulate in Douglas, they were able to provide $12,000 in scholarships as part of the Imabecus program to 4 U of A Douglas students, one of whom is graduating this week. These numbers have grown year after year after year, I'm happy to say almost exponentially, and I hope that trend continues. It turns out that just from the foundation and from other sources, 50 of the 168 students graduating this particular cycle have received funding from some form of donor-oriented scholarship source. That's a tremendous level of support from the community. So congratulations to the students and thank you community members and the foundation. So collectively, if you could help me give everyone on stage one more round of applause and thank them for being here. At this time, I would like to ask Cody Nichols to come to the podium.
Thank you, Jim, and thank you all for having me here this evening. I had the opportunity last week to travel to Washington, D.C. with Dr. Melissa Vito, as we were asked, the University of Arizona was asked to testify in front of a House Committee on Veterans Affairs on the work that the University of Arizona is doing with our veterans. It was a very positive experience, unlike perhaps the one that happened this morning today. We're very pleased to be there, but the reality of it is not only do we provide these services to our veterans, we provide them to our active duty members, to our spouses, to veterans. So at this time, I would like, not just of our graduates, but of the supporters and anyone on stage who is a veteran, who is active duty, who is a spouse or a dependent or a loved one to please stand so we can recognize you. I would like to thank you all for your service, and to our graduates, congratulations and best of luck in the future. Thank you.
Just for the record, there was no way I was going to do that. I wanted a veteran to do that, and Cody is indeed spent time and contributed his time in service of his country. I'm honored to present to you today representatives of the faculty and the students at University of Arizona South. Our first speaker is Dr. Dieter Steckless, president of the Faculty Forum. I don't know if he wrote this or not. It goes on and on and on, so I'm a little afraid of it. Dieter earned his PhD in anthropology in 1974 from the University of University of California, Berkeley. I didn't know we're annexing Berkeley at this point, but I'm working on it. He joined Rutgers University in 1974, serving as professor of anthropology until, quote, retiring in 2004 as professor emeritus of primatology. Steckless joined the University of Arizona South in 2007, where he served as associate dean and division chair, and is presently professor and program director for anthropology with affiliated appointments on the main campus as professor of psychology, program in ethology and evolutionary psychology, and adjunct professor of family studies and human development. Steckless's teaching, research, and published books and scientific articles reflect multidisciplinary interests, including the neurobiology of primate social bonds, hormones and social behavior, primate communication, cognition and the evolution of human language, mountain gorilla behavior, personality, and conservation and the evolution of primate play and paternal behavior. Dr. Steckless?
Thank you, Jim. This is the good part of my job. Graduates, I don't have much time, so I'm going to be reading this. As president of the UA South faculty, and on behalf of the faculty, I want to extend our heartfelt congratulations to each of you for reaching this important milestone in your life. Permit me a few reflections on the significance of this joyous occasion. As an anthropologist and primatologist, I cannot resist thinking of your graduation ceremony today as a kind of ritual practice that speaks to an ancient part of our nature, our human nature. It's no accident that this ritual includes officiating robed men and women of high status, making invocations and giving solemn speeches, all accompanied by music and even a bit of collective singing. These elements are present in diverse human rituals everywhere. Think of marriage ceremonies, for example. They're an ancient and universal expression of our human instinct to collectively celebrate signal life events and transitions. Rituals serve to bind us together. They allow us to draw on our collective strength as we navigate new frontiers or embark on uncertain paths. And they etch these collectively shared moments deep into our memories. All this is to say that humans are ritualistic creatures by nature, and people all over the world for thousands of years have invented and depended on rituals to mark important life milestones and to bond people together. Rituals are a deep part of our biology. I studied non-human primates all my life, especially gorillas, and discovered that as bonded social creatures, they too have rituals. Gorillas live in tightly knit family groups, and that group spirit is often expressed in a synchronized humming or singing. It sounds something like this. It's not what you might expect from a 400-pound gorilla, tough on the outside, but soft on the inside. But in gorillas, as in humans, rituals promote group cohesion and conformity at the cost of individuality. Graduates, as you go forth, you'll participate in many more ritual practices at home, at at work, and in your wider community, and you will at times struggle to give voice to your individuality under pressures of conformity. This tension between conformity to a group and expression of self is perfectly illustrated in this room. You are here today as a group to be recognized for and to celebrate your individual achievements. So as you recognize and thank those who helped you to get where you are today, never lose sight of your own dream. Continue to chase it. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Steckless. Permit me to not hum for a little bit. Our next UA South representative is the student body president, Karen Snyder. Karen stepped into a position mid-year and has provided not only admirable leadership, but I think shown tremendous courage, jumping in the middle of something rather than going in cycle, organizing students to speak at the tuition hearing live from down here in Sierra Vista, and doing a great job at making connections with ASUA on main campus that we haven't had in years. So I'm very proud of what you've done. I'm very thankful for what you've done. And I present to you and to her family in Israel, if they are actually logged on, Karen Snyder.
I'm short. Thank you, guys. And thank you, Dean Shaki. Dean Shaki, distinguished guest, faculty, staff, family members, friends, and most of all, my fellow graduates. I want to thank you all for being here today to celebrate this amazing achievement with us. You, more than anybody else in the world, were part of a huge part of our success and huge part of our journey. Without your love, dedication, and support, none of us would be here. As a U of A South Student Body President, I had many responsibilities, none of them more important than representing my fellow student and giving them a voice. To best represent you, I had to talk to you first and get to know you. So I made it my mission to talk to as many of you as possible. And doing so changed my life. I discovered that I represented the most amazing group of people in the world. Meeting you inspired me, pushed me, and made me into a better person. You changed my life, and today with this speech, I would like to honor you. First, the words we've all been waiting for. Congratulations, we made it. We made it. We made it against overwhelming odds. I remember being told during the orientation that most of us, as non-traditional students, would not make it through, that real life would get in the way of our degree. However, we worked hard and proved that prediction wrong. We also made it our personal mission to make support groups and ensure that our friends and classmates succeeded as well. We created a community of support which pushed us to do better, never give up. We also created friendships that would last with us forever. We pushed through mountains of homework, papers, tests, forum posts, and research work to get here today. We did it because we dared to dream. We dreamed of a better life for ourselves, for our loved ones, for our families, and a way to contribute to society. Choosing education as a way to follow our dream was not an easy choice. It was scary and daunting, but it was the correct one. And by making this choice, we became a source of inspiration. If you look around you, you can see the people you most inspire, that are most inspired by you. Your friends, spouses, boyfriends, girlfriends, children, and parents to watch you as you make your way through. Never giving up, no matter how difficult it got. For them, your refusal to falter will be something for them to remember the rest of their life. They are so proud of you, and they have a good reason. Today, we are awesome. We are graduates. Yet, we didn't do it alone. On a personal level, I would like to thank my husband, my family, and my in-laws for their support. I'd like to thank the ASUS officers for dedication and friendship. And I would also like to thank Bart Smith, Dr. Lee Zhu, and all of my other excellent teachers for making my time in U of A South one of the most rewarding in my life. On behalf of all the graduates, I would like to thank the faculty. Thank you for working with us when life tried to derail our education endeavors, and thank you for being firm when we forgot our dreams and started calling them homework or chores or too much to handle. Thank you to the U of A South staff as well for their amazing support throughout our journey. Every email, every phone call, and every question was answered by a patient, caring person who did everything to get us the information we needed to complete our degrees. But our biggest thank you has to go to their loved ones. Without your support, none of us would be here. There's not enough words in any language, let it be English, Spanish, or my native and most favorite Hebrew, to tell you how much it meant to us and how much we love you. You're as inspiring to us as we hope we were to you. Class of 2014, thank you for allowing me to speak for you one last time today. Congratulations, we did it.
Thank you, Karen. I am honored next to introduce Regent Valerie Hanna to U of A South. Student Regent Hanna begun her term on the board in July of last year, and as I understand that you serve as student regent and they don't let you vote for the first year, but now you are a voting member. Do you know what, you understand how important that is? She's an undergraduate student from the University of Arizona as a voting member of the statewide Arizona Board of Regents. That's an amazing person and represents you. Slated to graduate in 2015, she's pursuing a bachelor's degree in political science with a focus on public policy and law. She's been active as a member of student government, serving as an elected member of the Associated Students of the University of Arizona. She has served as outreach chairwoman for the U of A Freshman Class Council and is an Arizona ambassador for the university. I want to clarify, these are the people who give tours of campus walking backwards, and they never trip. They don't turn around, but they never trip. It's amazing. I've admired them since 1985, and they still do it. During the summer of 2013, she completed an internship for the U.S. Senate in Washington, D.C. Please welcome your voice on the Board of Regents and a future Wildcat for Life, Regent Valerie Hanna.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the Arizona Board of Regents, the governing body for our state's public universities, I welcome you all to this momentous celebration of achievement for these graduates. I'd like to take a very brief moment to reflect on how each of you earned your degrees. Through the University of Arizona, right here in Sierra Vista, UA South is a testimony to our university's increasing accessibility to higher education across our state and fulfilling workforce needs in each corner of Arizona. As I look out on our graduates, I'm filled with great pride for what you have accomplished to be here today. Indeed, today is the fulfillment of great vision, tenacity, dedication, and hard work. You are commended for your hard work and your passion to attaining your higher education degree. Have no doubt that your graduation is not only a personal achievement, but it's also a victory for our state. Arizona benefits tremendously from a highly educated workforce. From meeting high-demand job needs to fueling more entrepreneurialism and innovation, you have opened the door to a brighter future for yourself and for the future of our great state. Arizona's public universities are driving important goals for the opportunity and quality of life of the citizens of our state and our neighbors around the world. As is evident today, we are increasing the educational attainment for our citizens to positioning Arizona as a global competitor, delivering new technologies, and pushing the boundaries of exploration and discovery. Today, we also celebrate your future, and it's a future that you have now prepared yourselves to create. Many of you sitting here today are going to start a new company. Some of you are going to invent some special new product and revolutionize an industry, or a medicine to cure a disease. Some will provide care to others. Along the way, a few of you might even travel to space or dive into the ocean depths. But all of you, all of you, are going to create the future. It's your responsibility and it's your destiny. It's something that you are now better prepared to do with the education you've received here at the University of Arizona. We are all proud of what you've done, but we're excited about what you have yet to do. You have the power to make a brighter future. Our state, our country, and our world need you. Finally, I hope you will all support education throughout your lifetimes. Take the time to mentor young individuals and help them realize your dreams just as you have yours. Be invested in the issues challenging education. Vote for those who understand the vital importance of education. Dr. Comrie, distinguished members of the Platform Party, faculty, family, friends, fellow Wildcats, and graduates, enjoy this evening. You've earned it. Good luck to all of you, and bear down, Arizona.
Thank you very much, Regent Hannah. I am very pleased now to introduce Dr. Andrew Comrie, the Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs and Provost of the University of Arizona. He is the Chief Academic Officer for the university, overseeing all academic programs and units exclusive of the health sciences. Okay. Dr. Comrie came to the University of Arizona in 1992 as a climatologist in the School of Geography and Regional Development. Prior to becoming provost, Dr. Comrie served as Associate Vice President for Research and Dean of the Graduate College. Dr. Comrie received his undergraduate education at the University of Cape Town in South Africa and his PhD from my alma mater, the Penn State University. His research focuses on the connections between climate, disease vectors, and pathogens. He has served as editorial board member and editor for several scientific journals, and today comes to us as provost. Please join me in welcoming to University of Arizona South, Provost Comrie.
Well, good afternoon, everybody, and good afternoon, graduates. And thank you, Jim, for that introduction. I am so pleased to be with you this afternoon to honor these amazing students who are graduating from UA South. So there are going to be thousands of graduation ceremonies taking place throughout our nation during the course of these few weeks at the end of the semester. But our celebration here this afternoon is our salute to the amazing perseverance and triumph of all the UA South students who will be receiving their degrees today. UA South holds a distinctive place in our university, not just because of its geography and its multiple sites in southern Arizona and southeastern Arizona. UA South stands out because you, our students, have affirmed the importance of higher education. You've been steadfast in your discipline to achieve your educational goals, not letting life's challenges overtake your aspirations. Now, in following your educational path, I know your journey has been both exhausting and exhilarating. Let me reassure you that your journey has been worth your sacrifice. We are and will be a better community, a better university, and a better state because you will take the same dedicated focus that you brought to your education, and you will apply it both personally and professionally. Now, we cannot always know what lies ahead, but I am fully confident that you will use your hard-earned education to make your future and our future better for all of us and for those all around us here in Arizona and across the nation. Because using our educational power to improve the human condition is the essence of what it means to be an Arizona alum. So, as you embark on the next phase of your life, I wish you success in all of your future endeavors. We are so proud of your accomplishments, and we know that many, many more are sure to come. And you know what to say next, because if I say, bear down, what are you going to say? Go Cats. You got to learn that. All right, congratulations all.
I think we need to change orientation down here. Thank you, Provost Comrie. You know, just for 30 seconds, I want to say something. It is really cool that the house lights are up a little bit. I can't tell you how many stages I've sat on in the past month where all you can see is the floodlights and you can't see who's behind it. I really like seeing the students' faces, and I love the fact that somebody's child is running back and forth between doors there. That truly epitomizes what we're about. This is about family, it's about community, and if I can't see you, you don't exist. So thank you, whoever it is, for keeping the house lights up. At this time, I would like to invite Dr. Barbara Cetera to the stage to acknowledge our outstanding students for 2014. Dr. Cetera has served admirably as our Associate Dean for Academic Affairs for the last 2 years. In addition to serving as the Associate Dean, many of you probably know her as a faculty member and program director in the history program. Barbara.
Each year, we recognize the achievements of outstanding seniors and graduate students. US South faculty members nominate and select the recipients of these awards. Today, we honor 4 undergraduate students and 2 graduate students. Students, as I call your name, please come up to the stage. Our first outstanding senior is graduating from our Cochise County programs in Douglas, Larry Corrales. Larry, please join me on stage. Larry will receive a BS in Family Studies and Human Development in December. Larry has worked with a local school in Douglas to develop bullying intervention workshops for the school counselor to give to elementary school students. Larry conducted an assessment that showed these workshops reduced bullying behavior in the classroom. He researched and prepared the slides and written materials for this activity. He now gives workshops on anti-bullying for the school. Later, he went on to mentor another psychology student in an independent research opportunity where he helped translate a survey into Spanish, administer it, and analyze the results. His work in schools is only one way he has given back to his local community. He is a frequent volunteer at the local elementary school, which his daughter attends. He has volunteered with the girls' softball and cheerleading teams in addition to volunteering with a local Girl Scout troop. Larry shows what is possible for older adults who wish to complete their college education. His attitude made all the difference, and it's shown in the many contributions he has made to his community and to UA South, and in the level of academic work he was able to complete in his studies and independent research. Please join me in congratulating Larry Corrales. Thank you, Larry. Our second outstanding senior is from our Pima County programs, Megan Allender. Megan will graduate with a BS in Commerce. According to Associate Professor David Torres, very few students are capable of putting theory to practice. Megan does so admirably, and for the sake of squeezing every ounce of learning from her class. Megan continues to impress her professors with each semester's performance. She comes to every class fully ready to contribute to discussions and engage the material, be it business law or business strategy. In spite of the fact that full-time work and full-time education takes an inordinate amount of time, this single mother of 2 daughters still finds time to do some volunteer work at church and in animal rescue and at retirement centers. She states that she wishes to do more, especially return to teaching Sunday school, an activity that she used to do before engaging in higher learning. Equally impressive is that she works and she's advancing in a very competitive career in the defense industry. For example, using her leadership skills in the workplace, she has led a pilot program to transform a unit into a profit sector, worked on improvements of an interactive reporting tool that replaces the work of 500 labor hours each month, and is working on a business intelligence department that will extend the scope on a new accrual process enterprise-wide. Her performance has led to 1 promotion already, and another one is promised upon graduating with a commerce degree. Please join me in congratulating Megan Allender. Our third outstanding senior is from our Santa Cruz County, David Kennedy. David is always willing to work as a team member and as an individual tutor to help his colleagues be successful in the program. In his first year with us, David was invited to join Tau Sigma National Honor Society because of his 4.0 GPA. He has maintained that 4.0 throughout the program. In every class, he has demonstrated much enthusiasm and creativity in his assignments. In his technology course, he created a PowerPoint presentation that took in what his professor was teaching and added new ideas and animations to it. The professor now uses it as a model of what is possible with a little effort. David volunteered to work with all 4th grade students to teach them how to create interesting and engaging PowerPoint presentations for the research on the artist of their choice. He began by creating an exemplar for each class: Dr. Seuss, Abraham Lincoln, and MC Escher. David gave the students the tools they needed to develop their research and present it to their peers. David has been an outstanding student in every class. He has learned different teaching strategies and implemented them in his practice teaching opportunities. He has learned that each strategy requires retraining of old habits and maintaining his high expectations for all of his students. David has become a role model not only for his colleagues, but also for future students because of the exceptionally professional work. Please join me in congratulating David Kennedy. Eugene Lyman has earned a master's degree in educational technology. He is our outstanding graduate student in the Master of Educational Technology program. Dr. Tchaikovsky speaks of Eugene in her nomination letter. Gene is one of the most notable students that our educational technology program has ever produced. He has a deep and genuine interest in learning technologies and instructional design, in which he has continuously shown in a high level of competence, brilliance, and quality. His approach to learning is always curious, enthusiastic, and full of wisdom. What makes Gene special, however, is his strength in understanding the complex, ever-changing, and sometimes contradictory world of educational technology. Jean's skills have led him to assume the role of managing editor of Issues and Trends in Educational Technology, a peer-reviewed journal. Jean has also worked with other faculty members in our program, assisting with their research and teaching activities. The faculty members and his fellow students in the program have found him to be a most knowledgeable and experienced student. Please join me in congratulating Eugene Lyman. Our next graduate student honoree is receiving her Master's of Education in Secondary Education. Shanae Reed is our outstanding graduate student from the Masters of Secondary Ed program. Shanae's commitment to improving the life of her people through education has been a constant theme in the work she has completed in the MED program. Her research project is focused on how to connect classroom learning to students' lives outside the classroom. This work shows a deep understanding of one of the most important theoretical frameworks in education today. The Funds of Knowledge framework directs teachers to use the world that students come from as a rich foundation for new learning. In her research project, Shanae interviewed and surveyed students to gain an insight into how to make important connections between subject matter and their worlds. It is clear that Shanae has a passion for teaching and is excelling at it. Her classroom mentor and university supervisor noted in her organizational ability and classroom management skills. Her clarity of thought allows her to lead classroom discussions well. She has taken the material in her teacher education classes and has applied them concisely and well to the classroom setting. Shanae came to us from her undergraduate work at NAU. During her time at NAU, she held numerous volunteer positions working with Native American students in the Flagstaff area. In addition, her employment during college allowed her to work with Native American students. It is clear that Shanae sought out these opportunities in order to strengthen her abilities to serve her people. Shanae continued a high level of community service while in graduate school. She volunteered with the Tohono O'odham community in San Javier and with the Native American program at Desert View High School, where she was a student teacher. In addition, she was the volleyball coach during her student teaching time. Please join me in congratulating Shanae Reed. Our final student nominee is the UA South nominee for the Provost's Outstanding Transfer Student Honor. Please welcome Elise Gray. Elise is an outstanding scholar who has contributed to UA South and to the Sierra Vista community. What makes her achievements all the more meritorious are that she has a family with 3 children. Elise will graduate with honors and was selected for membership in the Gamma Beta Phi Honor Society. She has an A average in her psychology courses and a 3.7 GPA overall. Elise took a heavy course load so she could complete her BA in 1 year, a feat few students manage well, and certainly not as successful as she has. She is the recipient of numerous scholarships, including the Wolfslager Scholarship. Elise is a student in several of the courses. She has a keen mind and thinks critically and well. Her participation raises the level of the class discussion. She's also taking drawing too at Cochise Community College to develop her skills in art as she aspires to become an art therapist. In addition to her full course load, she volunteered to help form the new psychology club at UA South. She serves as the secretary and on the executive board as well. In addition to her full course load, she is volunteering as an intern at the Blake Foundation. She hopes to become an art therapist. At the Blake Foundation, she has been involved in providing modeling and support to parents who have children with behavioral or developmental problems. For example, this semester, she participates with Incredible Years, a support program that meets every Friday. She is also working with the Blake Foundation to write a grant to support the implementation of an art workshop to help families recover from traumatic experiences. After graduation, she hopes to be accepted into the Prescott College Masters of Science in Counseling Psychology program. Her hope is to specialize in clinical mental health counseling with a concentration in expressive therapy, which is art therapy. She plans to stay in her native town of Sierra Vista. Please join me in congratulating Elise Gray. So thank you all, and congratulations to all of this year's graduates. This is your day.
At this time, I'd like to ask Professors DiRoberto, Johnson, Zerkowski, Orozco, please take your positions. Faculty marshals, please prepare the graduates.